long. I'll pull back here. Saw this bullish momentum uh, stepping into the market or pushing, coming into the market. And all right, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thank you for tuning in to another video. Looking at today, so far the market is just opening up. You can see on the 12 range chart that it's kind of skipping around, pretty volatile, but that's always expected when the market first opens up. I have an outlook of the markets. We're still bullish. To me, having that kind of bias, just looking at the structure of the market, as it stands right now. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, it's making higher highs and higher lows to the upside here. Even into yesterday's session. So we're bullish. So my trade focus would be to take long entries. Okay, I actually took a long entry yesterday, or yesterday evening. Okay, into the Globex session. But right now we have this demand area resting down here around 75 or 76, somewhere in this area right here, general area right here. Okay, in which you can come down, tap, and push up and break structure, meaning break through today's high. Okay, at 884. That's what I like to see when I pay close attention to the market. Is what is it doing? What is it trying to do? What is it attempting to do? With making these higher highs and higher lows. That's structure, okay, guys? The market is trending to the upside, and we all know, especially those that trade supply and demand, know that the best opportunities come out of trading this particular universal type strategy when we are making higher highs and higher lows. I'm not saying it doesn't work or you can't trade it during ranges when the market is in a range, primarily in a wedge, but it works best when the market is doing what it's doing. All right. So this would be an opportunity right here, as it's doing right now. You can see the market kind of moving sideways. It's ranging. Okay, high. Here's the low for today. Resting down here. I'm sorry about that. I'm looking right here. Down here, this is the opening of yesterday's session. ETH, electronic trading hour session, is what I have my chart set to. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is that it can come down here now and possibly want to fill in and tap into this demand area. The market, for some reason, loves to move from demand to supply to demand. That's just kind of how it moves back and forth. And I'm sure most of you that have been following the channel for some time now, that are subscribers and over on the Discord, where we have tons of members that know that have been following and noticing that it loves to do that, move from areas of supply to demand and vice versa, okay? So let's see what takes place here. Will it just balance at one of these imbalances? I mean, we just tapped and hit this area of resistance, right? Support right here. Had a high here from yesterday, broke back, push higher, tapping and bouncing off of this area of support right now. So will it break lower and tap this area of demand? Okay. Yesterday, you see what happened here. This was a round number. I talked about this, 16,800. It rejected that area right where this ellipse is, where this red line is at. And it came down, and what did it do? Tap into this area of demand right here, okay? All right, so just pay close attention to the structure of the market and price action, okay? Always make sure to look and follow price action when the market is pulling back to a zone, especially on your lower time frame chart, to see when it taps into that zone on the lower time frame, supply or demand. How much space, how much area, what can you take the trade to, okay? Because that's going to allow you to get into either a decent trade or one that fails. So you have to understand that. What I like to do most times is always, I like to see it tap into a higher time frame demand or supply area, okay? And the reason being because I know when it pulls back to either one of those zones on a higher time frame, and when I'm speaking of higher time frame, I'm not talking about a time-based chart. I'm just saying that in reference to higher time or higher charts, when it comes to range. I trade range charts. So my 60 range chart, if it was pulling back to this, say, for instance, or example, this demand area right here, when it comes back there, I want to look to see where I can take it if it rejects that area back up to. And my focus is always looking at the higher time frame to see, okay, it's pushed down to that area. What does price action look above it? And do I have any clearance to take a trade and look at the higher time frame for a longer trade, meaning get into a trade if it rejects right here, depending on what price action does when it finally taps into that zone, how much clearance back up to a level or imbalance area, an area of imbalances, do I have to take it back to? So I'm always looking at my higher time frame, not just specifically stuck on the lower time frame, especially if I'm especially if I'm taking or have interest of trading off of a higher time frame demand or supply area. Okay, so today I'm going to try to take a look and see if I can get into a few trades. I did take a trade into yesterday's session on the NASDAQ. I'll show it to you right quick and where it was at. I posted it over on the Discord community. So if you're not a Discord member, you may want to go ahead and find that link, which is down in the description portion of this video. Click on it, invite yourself in. It's free of charge. Come over and join us, especially on the trading floor. That's where we, on the daily as traders that are part of the community, come together and we share, share our entries, share screenshots of our trades. It helps other traders out, especially those that trade supply and demand, so they can, gain a grasp or understanding of the trades or types of trades we're taking, okay? So that they understand, oh, okay, I see that supply area. Okay, I see that demand area. I know why you took that trade. It helps, trust me, okay? Now, if you're someone that's interested in joining the elite channel or becoming an elite channel member, maybe asking what that is. It's a YouTube tier program. Basically, I set it up. It's just your way of supporting the content and my efforts as a creator here making these videos, giving you, you can't even put a dollar amount on the amount of value of information that I'm trying to provide and have been providing through these videos. And for $6.99, you're just supporting my efforts as a content creator by continuously pushing and making content, that helps individuals out. And that's what my goal is, to help people out. It's not about me getting on here and, charging people astronomical amounts of money or whatever the case is. Now, I don't have a trading course or training course or a educational pack, or I'm not a mentor. I get this information away basically for free, guys. I mean, it is free. I've got 600 and some videos. I know that people are like, man, that's a lot of videos, and I don't have all the time in the world to sit here and watch those videos back to back. You don't, okay? So that's the reason why I created the YouTube tier program, where you can become an elite channel member, and I've hand selected those videos for you. So there's a playlist there if you choose to become an elite channel member for $6.99 a month. How many of you guys actually spend that on the price of a cup of coffee a day, or on your lunch a daily, if you're working a job, whatever the case is? I know most people are spending more than $7 on a cup of coffee at Starbucks or somewhere. So we're talking about $6.99, $7 a month, and you get access to my trade breakdowns and the video playlist. But that's up to you, okay? When I say this, I'm saying this because people are finding success through the videos. If you don't believe me, come over to the Discord and you can ask, okay? All right, we have tons of individuals that are current members, elite channel members. And all you have to do is click on the join button. You'll see it somewhere here on the video underneath. I'm not sure where it's at. Maybe near the thanks or the share button or the subscribe button. But you'll see where it says a little button that says join, Join. Click on that. 2 tiers will pop up. Scroll down. Well, you have the loyal channel supporter tier, but the elite channel membership tier for $6.99 is the one that you get everything. The trade breakdowns, the video playlist. So that's your choice. Anyways, moving on. Let's talk about what's going on now. The market is pushing higher. It is 6:45. I'm just 6:45. 9:45 my time. No, I'm not specific time. I am Eastern time. Okay. If I was, then yes, it would be 6:45. All right, so it's pushing back up. It may have rejected this area right here. I just talked about it. Looks like it just bounced off of support, so it could push higher. We'll see. All right. So let's just pay attention. I want to move over to the to the ES right now to see what we're doing. And before I do so, I want to throw out a message to the community right now on the Discord. Okay, I'm engaged with the Discord. I have it off on another monitor, as well as looking at my charts. Okay, so I'm doing things simultaneously at the same time. Now, when it comes to the E-mini S&P 500 or the ES futures, either one, however you call it, whatever you call it, you can just see we've been moving to the upside, guys. I mean, it's no brainer here. Just making higher highs and higher lows, pushing higher. Yesterday was just, it was just a continuous push to the upside. All this aggressive buying right here. That's why I put this red line right here, because the market comes back to this area right here. This is definitely a will be a nice demand area to see what happens. Okay, so we'll see what continues to take place on the ES. This is my higher time frame, and we're just blasting to the upside. I mean, it makes it difficult to trade when the market is just pushing like that. But even into the overnight session, you can see here on the lower time frame, high, had a pullback here, broke higher. It has not come back to this area yet, but I mean, this would be a low probability I don't think I would even take a look at this here. To be honest with you, it's low probability. There's no imbalance back at the zone, nor is there the zone was already tested where it broke here and pulled back right here. So, you know, all right. So it pushed higher here around 9. It pulled back, breaking now. So I'm not sure. I mean, it could come back to this area right here. There's an imbalance resting within the zone that's already tested. Okay, so it could come back to this area right here. I'm going to put just a little box here. I'm going to move this out the way. I'll put, okay. I'm going to put a little box right here. And this thing always trips me out, this webcam, when I'm trying to use some of the tools up here. But anyways, it could pull back to this area right here. So, oh yeah, let me show you the trade I took yesterday evening. The Globex. I posted it on the Discord. I think I mentioned that I was going to show that, but it was on the NASDAQ. So I'm putting this right here. Maybe we'll get a pullback right here. If so, we'll see as when it comes to price action what happens when it gets back here. Gets back, maybe feels this imbalance to see if it rejects. Okay, if it does, then maybe I'll take a quick little stab going short. I mean, excuse me, going long on the NASDAQ. Where is that trade at? I think I was trying to show you guys that. I'm trying to keep my eye on this trade, what's going on here. Let me go back because I marked. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, I took a image of this trade here and posted it over in the Discord community so that other people could see it. Trade I took it into yesterday's session, or into the Globex session yesterday evening. Okay, pulling back on the hard right now. But anyways, this was a demand setup off of the lower time frame. You can see on the higher time frame. Let me go back over here. What was it at? It was the market rejected this area. We had this bullish activity pushing to the upside. You can't see it. It's not going to show here in the 60 range because on the lower time frame you can see the demand area. This thing is pulling down pretty quick. So let me finish this up right quick. So basically this was a demand area right here. The market taps within like maybe a tick or two of it or comes to it. It rejected it and I was aiming and taking a trade, you know, primarily back up to this area up here. And the area to take the trade back up to would have been, let me see for a moment. Well, I'm paying attention to this as well. Again, this is a tested demand zone, but on that NASDAQ I was showing you, taking that trade back up to around the 69.71 area, okay? I think I got out on my trade at 69.25, 69.5 last night, okay? So that was a beautiful trade. I got in at 57 and took it up to 69. It was like a 12-point move, okay? So let's see here. Let's pay attention to what's going on the ES right now. See if we're going to reject. See, I don't... I mean, it could bounce here, guys. Again, this is a low probability zone right here because it's already been tested. That last bearish candle to the downside, it broke above it with this bullish candle here. Next candle came back, the wick of it, it tapped into the area which would be in demand, and then it pushed higher. So there's a pullback. It could test this imbalance right here and reject it and push higher. So I'm gonna wait and see what happens. The market's really moving right now. I don't think we have news. I know we had news at 8:30 this morning. 10. Well, we do have low impact news, business inventories, but nothing major. Natural gas storage at 10:30. Natural gas reserves. So nothing really major. That's both of those are low impact. So let's see what happens here. Let me pull my NASDAQ chart back up. But yeah, that was a trade I took into the even yesterday. 12 points, 2 contracts on the NASDAQ. Nothing heavy, but still, profit is profit, right? Okay, let's go over to... But this is how I do it each and every day, you know. I trade from home. I make my profit, you know, and sit in front of these charts right here. So you guys can do the same way. And it's pretty, you know, you can make real legit, easy money trading from your own environment, okay? And if you got a laptop, you know, wherever you go across the world, you know, as long as you're tuned in and tapped into a connection, you're good to go. Do it while you're on vacation, you know, make a few dollars. But I love it because it gives me the freedom to be able to do so wherever I'm at. So but I can do it while I'm working at home. That's the key to it. All right. Or work from home. Whether you want to do it full-time or part-time. The market is rejecting this area here. I want to see it push a little lower. But looking at the NASDAQ, I'm interested to see what it's going to do. It's moving sideways here. Is it going to push lower and test this area of demand down here? What's it actually going to do? I don't like all this sideways business right now, what it's doing. I really don't care for that. You can get caught up and start losing some money that way. Looks like the ES going to be coming back up here to test this area above here around 788, 780. I mean, excuse me, yeah, 788, 789 area. It bounced off this area here. So I was expecting to come a little lower here. Yep, and it goes right up to the area I talked about, 788, 789. It did push a little higher there, but let's see, because now it's kind of moving sideways on the ES. It didn't test this area down here, which I was looking for to test, which it still could, test this imbalance and then maybe reject, but we'll see what happens. Comes here, rejects. I mean, it can push higher then, so let's see. I'm going to wait. Look back over the NASDAQ. All right, so we are moving back down, pushing lower on the ES right now. I'm really interested to see what it's going to do here, or if it's going to break lower. Let's see. Here we go. Let's see. If it breaks this area right here, we can test lower areas. We can come down here and test right here where this green line is at. Possibly. We'll see what happens. But this could take a while though, because the ES, you know how it moves. You see what it did yesterday. I mean, we had some movement in the ES yesterday, but it wasn't. This is today. I'm sorry, guys. It just moved straight to the upside yesterday. But sometimes the ES are getting to a mode where it just moves sideways. So see what happens. Whoops. Okay. I'm trying to see what it just did. Okay. So let's see. What is it going to do here? Yeah, I'm interested to see if it's going to reject this area. At this point, I really prefer to see a breakout and close of a candle in the opposite direction to the upside. All right, I'm into a short position here on the NASDAQ. It could pull back here. I know it can. So I may need to scale on another contract, but I'm looking to aim for the area of demand down here off of the higher time frame 60 range chart here. So I was looking for an opportunity to get in. It pulled back, as you can see here. This was an area of supply resting right here on the lower time frame. So I was looking for a pullback to an area of supply on the lower time frame to take it going short. So and I may. I'm not sure what I want to do here. I kind of want to go ahead and take profit here. I get a feeling it's going to run lower, but it could pull back here before it does so. So a little tricky right here. Trying to determine if I want to hold this or get out. It's pulling back now. Yeah, I think I might close this. It could pull back to this area up here, is what I'm trying to say. And before it decides to push lower. Let's see if it's going to break the low here. I might just take out the low here once it breaks this area, because it looks like it's aiming to break that area. Right here. Come on, Phil. Right there. Right below this area right here. Come on. Come down and test it again. Look at that. It's pulling back now. I didn't want it to do this. Let's see what it does. There we go. Okay, we got filled there. Nice position, nice trade. Only on one contract, though. I was only entered with one contract there, but it does definitely seem like it's aiming for that demand area down here, as I talked about earlier in the session. All right, and there we go. She goes down there and she hit that area. I talked about that demand area. Okay, so the market rejected. This area up here. We have this clear area of demand right here, and then So when it started rejecting this area and started breaking structure to the downside, minor areas of breaking structure to the downside, it's gonna come down here and aim for this demand area as it did. Demand zone right here. This was a good opportunity to take a trade going back up. When it tapped into the higher time frame, I didn't take it, but I stepped away from my computer. But this right here with this rejection, this is the area of demand off the 60 range chart. It, started breaking higher, breaking structure to the upside here. Pull back, break a structure, broke structure here. What you want to wait for is a pull back to a lower area to look for a trade going back up. Okay, so if you would have taken the trade, let's say on a pullback, maybe to this area right here, you would have been, pretty much golden on a pullback. Okay, you could have gotten to the trade. Well, I wouldn't have taken a trade right here because this would have pulled back to this area of support right here. So I'd have waited for a deeper retracement back into this area right here. This was a minor break of structure back to the upside. Pull us back. I would have got in right here to take the ride back up to at least this area here. Then it pulls back and it goes higher. Okay, so that's how you want to. You primarily want to trade that. NASDAQ. We are. This was a tested area of supply right here. I mean, not supply, guys. Sorry, demand. From yesterday, we had this high here. Yes, well, not the high. Yeah, that's actually the high here for yesterday. Pull back, broke higher. So these areas right here, this is at a low probability tested area of demand right here, but there's a gap right here, or sorry, not gap, an imbalance resting back within these demand zone right there. So the market could test that area. So let's see if what happens when the market actually pulls back. I'd like to see maybe pull back to this area right here. This would be a supply area right here. And it could maybe it could push a little higher. Maybe we want to fill this imbalance back up in here. But if we get rejection in this area on the lower time frame, I'll look to take it short. So we'll see. The NASDAQ, we pulled back to this area of resistance right here. So I really wanted to see it pull back to this key area demand. It didn't do that. I mean, sorry, supply right here, but it didn't do that yet. So just kind of got to wait it out and see what happens. So yeah, I was going to wait at this moment. All right, so the market is pushing lower. It's breaking through. It's breaking structure to the downside here. So now I would be definitely looking for opportunities to go short. Okay, this is a supply area right here. Nice supply area. You can see it. Aggressive selling. So yeah, I would look for opportunities to go short, guys. Now, let's see here. Okay. Now looking at the ES here, we are definitely approaching an area of right here, demand. Okay, this from yesterday's session. There's demand right here. It's actually a demand zone resting down here. So let's see which one they may reject from. There was actually an area of demand that was resting right here too, but the market just busted, pushed right through it pretty quick. So here's an area. And here's an area where it could test and reject as well. So let's see what happens on the ES. All right, so we had a demand area on the NASDAQ. Okay, so let's see what happens here. Will we break above? Pull back. Can we get a rejection to go along with what I'm trying to say? So let's see what happens. I'm not sure, but I will be paying close attention to what's going on here. Didn't pull back. I want to see it pull back. It's running, ain't it? So let's see what happens. Man. Okay, let's see if I can hopefully get into a trade. Yeah, it's breaking higher. If it continues pushing, it's going to test this area up here at 79. 79, 80 area, 79, 80-ish area. So my aim is to see if I can get to a trade. I like to see if it come back to either here or maybe possibly here. So let me see what happens. All right, so I'm long. I'll pull back here. Saw this bullish momentum stepping into the market or pushing, coming into the market. And so my goal is going to want to take it back up to here around, let me go ahead and mark this. Let's see, up here, excuse me, in this area right here. Okay, so what I'll probably do is I'll probably take the trade back to this imbalance right here. Let's blow it up a little bit so you can see it right here around 74. 74 and a quarter, 74 and a half. I'll drop it back just a tick or two. Blow this up a little more so we can see it. Yeah, 74 and a half. Okay, it could pull back though, and cause me to take on a little bit of heat here. But I took it on a pullback right here. This was a break structure to the upside, pullback, rejected, bullish momentum candle stepping in, rejection. That's what that is. Okay, look at there. Boom, we got filled right there. Okay, nice trade. It could pull back. I don't think it's finished yet. I think it's going to go up here and at least test. Let's see here. Oh, this demand. I'm assuming the supply area right here. So let's see what it does here. Yeah, this is it. There it goes. It just hit that supply area. See what I'm saying? Maybe a tick away from it. Let's see. Yeah, we're talking like one tick. So yeah, I would look for some rejection in this area, 1 or 2 ticks right there. So in that area to go short is what I'm trying to say. So beautiful short that could come out of this back to the downside if possible. So let's see what happens. The market's pushed higher now. It rejected off of that last trade I took, that demand area below, and pushed back up to this supply area. Broke through this area of supply right here. Broke through some minor areas of structure back to the upside. This now is a demand zone going down to the 12 range. We're just pushing higher. I took a little scalp long when it broke this area of structure on the lower time frame, pulled back to it. Entered right here around 24 and took it back up here to 30. I didn't capture it in the video. It just happened so fast, so I didn't have time to get into the recording of it. So anyways, or press record to get it captured in the video. But it was just like a little 4-point scalp right there. I believe it was. Let me see. Where is it at? Oh, right here, 24. Like a 5-point scalp. Sorry about that. But yeah, now it's moving sideways. Not sure. I'm looking forward to pull back here possibly and see if we can get some rejection to see if it'll push higher and maybe test areas right here. But right now, overall, when it comes to the market, I mean, we're breaking minor areas of structure back to the upside, but overall, we have taken out the high, broken some structure into yesterday's session. So we're making, so my bias will be looking for, directionally, we'll be looking for shorts. Because if we get back into this zone up here, or right here, this is a key area of supply right here, aggressive selling right here. So don't know if it'll push or pull back to that area today, but we'll see. Okay, so that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I kind of carry this trading session throughout the day and was off and on. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of cover some trades today and let you know that, didn't take too many entries, and you don't have to take too many entries on the day to really be successful. Just a few key trades. That's how you build up a small account. You can start with just building by 100 here, 200 here, 300 here on a daily. Especially if you're someone out there that's, I know you guys are trying to, a lot of you are using prop firms to try to pass these evaluations and possibly fund your own personal account, right, to grow capital. Well, okay, I don't do that, but for those that are doing it, I mean, it's an easy way of doing it where you can scalp the way I do, pick up $200 here, $300 there. You can build your account up, get your payout and put it in your own personal funds. So it's just an easy way to scalp using supply and demand on the daily, whether it's 1 good trade, 2 good trades, or 3 good trades. But the thing about it is, don't try to stay in the market, just taking back-to-back trades. Look for good high probability setups, and that's going to be the fastest way in which you're going to actually be able to build an account and do it right from, the comfort of your own home. But anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. I just want to wrap this up. Appreciate everyone who's been tuning into the videos. Appreciate everyone who's been joining the Discord. If you're interested in joining the Discord, again, find that link down in the description portion of the video. And if you're not a current subscriber, please take the time to go ahead and sub by clicking on the subscribe button. Make sure to turn on all your post notifications by clicking on the bell next to it, and drop a like on the video if you found value in the content today. Just a few trades I took, but it's going to, kind of also talk about the analysis part, breaking things down from my mindset and looking at the market as a whole. Again, we are running back up to the upside, it seems like, but breaking minor areas of structure back to the upside. This is a nice supply zone that could be an opportunity if we get there. So it is what it is. So I marked some areas as well. That was a longer take, and this was a longer take. I didn't take those though because we're getting close to the end of the session, or end of today's trading. So hope everyone was green today, and look forward to being back into the markets tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and we're getting closer and closer to the holidays. So not sure what next week's going to look like, but for everyone, please trade safe and try your best to stay green. See you later.